Hi everybody! If you want to win a copy of this book called Poetry Teatime Companion, stay tuned till the end when I'm going to share with you the details to this giveaway that I'm going to have two winners for, sponsored by Julie Bogart herself, who donated 2 books for this giveaway. So I'm going to show you this book, show you the inside, and give you a brief review of it because it is absolutely awesome for those of you who love poetry and for those of you who are new to poetry and new to Poetry Teatime. So for more information on Poetry Teatime, you can check the description box below for a link to a video that explains it, as well as to Julie's channel, Julie Bogart's YouTube channel, and all her other social media information is below, so do check it out. Alright, so this is a compilation of, or sample of, British and American poems, and I want to go through a few of these and kind of show you the inside. There's a few things that I want to remark about. The first thing, as with a lot of the books that I enjoy, are the illustrations. And for me, I feel like these illustrations are actually photography that's been edited to make it look like painting because they kind of all have a similar look, and so I kind of find them interesting. They're beautifully colored. They almost look like watercolors, but I feel like they were probably photographs. So that's the first thing. Every poem has a photo or an illustration that goes along with it to kind of complement the poem itself. Now the poems are really easy to read. They're not too complicated. It's a great introduction to poetry if you are new to it or your children are new to it. And of course, you can scan the book and find ones that your little children will really enjoy, as well as ones that even older children and high schoolers will enjoy, and even through into adulthood. I've enjoyed a lot of these. And they're by poets that you're probably familiar with too, so you might find some of your favorites in here. So what's great is that the poems generally are not more than a page or half a page long. There might have been a couple in here that were a little bit longer, but for the most part, they're pretty short. But my favorite part of this all is the caption that you're going to see at the end. And this goes through a little information about the poet, as well as some tips on what kind of questions you can ask your child. Not every single poem comes with the little tips, but at least it comes with information about that poet, and I really appreciate that. So this is great for you to read to yourself and familiarize yourself before you present the poem to your child, or you can read it along with your child. But I really love that because giving a little bit of background to the person who wrote the poem, I think, is a nice way to bring a little bit of context and a little bit of history and a little bit of a biography and a little bit of heart to the poem itself. Now, the poems are divided up into different sections, and there are several sections. There's the 4 seasons, as well as solitude, creatures of land and water. You have light bearers and a couple other sections. So let's go into the beginning of each section. The beginning of each section has a little note by Julie herself, and then it has it poses like some thoughts that you might have or questions you might ask yourself as you're reading the poems in that section. So I really like how that's set up. And then it goes directly into the poems that relate to that particular section. And so here's an example of a pretty short poem. And then it goes into a little bit of the details. And then it goes into some of the questions you might ask. Now, you could either ask these questions after you read the poem or before, or you might just hold them in your mind and choose 1 or 2 that might relate to your child specifically, or maybe an interest that your child has. And so, for instance, at the end of this section here, it says, so this poem is called The Eagle, and it says, what do you learn about the eagle? What do you think happens after the last line of the poem? And so this is a great opportunity to discuss more about the poem, and of course, it's accompanied by this beautiful picture / illustration. I tried to look in the book to see learn more about the art, and it seems like there is an art editor or an image editor, and that's what I found, but I couldn't find too much more about the actual illustrations. So this book, actually there are two that are going to be available for a giveaway, and it's super easy to enter this giveaway, and of course all the information is in the description box below. But basically all you have to do is leave a comment below, any comment at all, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. And the only thing is that this is restricted to US residents only. I am posting this video on Tuesday, May 9th. And this giveaway is open until Monday, May 15th. And then on Tuesday, May 16th, I will announce the winners. So, best of luck to all of you guys, and if you don't win, I still highly encourage you to go check out this book and add it to your homeschool or to your own personal library. And if you've never tried Poetry Tea Time, I also encourage you to try it out. This would make a great book to accompany Poetry Tea Time, obviously, because it's Poetry Teatime Companion. But anyway, it's still a great book, whether you do Poetry Tea Time or not. Anyway, best of luck to you all.